So Dark Elves and Beastmen, Norsca and Greenskins. These are two matchups I could see happening. Norsca and Beastmen probably, I mean, Norsca and Greenskins may be a bit more likely than Dark Elves and Beastmen. But here we are, starting with Super Team 1. Got two Skinwolves on the right flank. These werewolves gonna run in and tear up some lightly armored large units. Got nasty Skulkers. We've got Marauder Hunters with Javelins. Seems like there's 4 of them. 2 Savage Orcs, the 8 Peak Loonies, Error Boys, Rusty Airs. This is the same army as we've seen them bring before. I guess there's some slight variations here. 2 Forest Goblin Spiders ranked up with 3 Chevrons. Another Forest Goblin Spider Rider, bringing it to a total of 3. And then we're also going to have the Durkat Squigs and Night Goblin Squig Hoppers. We have the Beast of Tashnar over here in the forest. And it looks like they're diving in to the Centaur right now. I'm not sure who's going to come out on top in that engagement. Beast of Tashnar are good, but if the Centaur countercharge, I think they'd probably win. Now, other than that, we have a Vimir Belfiend of Shadows, Wolfric the Wanderer, and Wurzag the Great Green Prophet on top of his boar. Over here, the Centaur are going to continue running away. Goreherd may be going to turn around to help them out in combat, and if they do, I'm sure they'll be able to defeat them quite handily. Meanwhile, for the bulk of these forces that the Beastmen and Dark Elves have brought, we've got Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. So 3 Dread Spears, 1 Bleak Sword. We have Goreherd, appears to be 3 units of them. We have Centaurs, as we've mentioned before. We're still trying to run away from the Beast of Tashnar. And then we are going to have some Scourge Runner Chariots right here. We have Dark Riders with Shields for the leadership. We're going to be looking at a Bray Shaman of Beast, Malice Darkblade, and a Master. We're also going to have Morgar the Shadow Gave, Bestigor Herd, a Repeater Bolt Thrower, and the Koroks Man Rippers. The Butchers of Kalkengard. Wonderful regiment of renown. Got a single Ungor Spearman and some Ungor Spearman Herd as well. Alright, Bolt Thrower is firing away, and oh my goodness, did I almost miss it? We have the Siren of Red Ruin, Regiment of Renown Medusa on the field. And she's going to be using her Sonic Boom attack over here on top of Wolfric the Wanderer, already doing some nice damage with the help of these Scourge Runner Chariots and the Repeater Bolt Thrower. Oh my god! That was disgusting. Deleted units. You got to keep your eyes open, chat. If you don't see a Sea Fang and you let it go through you like that, well, enough said. Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Over here, Wa has been popped. Maybe a tad too early, but it doesn't look like the Dark Elves and Beastmen are going to retreat from the Wa. Going to be seeing the Bestigor Herd going up here in a rather strange formation, getting in combat with the Savage Orcs, but Wa has been popped, and now these Dark Elves and Beastmen need to be careful. Skinwolves over here have been terror routed by the Siren of Red Ruin, it would seem. And yeah, that Medusa's doing well. Its attack model's very nicely allowing it to dive in and out of the infantry and avoid a lot of damage, it seems. Over here, we got a Manticore summon that went down. It is already rampaging. A lot of firepower starting to come in here from the Greenskin forces. Just look at them melt away the health of that Feral Manticore. Oh, devastating. Got a Foot of Gork going down here, and that Foot of Gork just smashed those Bestigor Herd. Beautifully played, and Feral Manticore not even going to get up into the air. So they take off for a brief moment, twirl around, and fall on his head and die. And oh no, this is the Greenskin firepower right now, and also just like the power of that frontline engagement. That Sea Fang absolutely set this pace for this battle. Like, once those 2 units of infantry were lost to a Sea Fang, then you just saw devastating things happening. Another Sea Fang getting thrown down, and we're going to see a concession, folks. That third battle was nasty. And I don't mean that in any way to be harsh on the Great Crusaders here. I think Great Crusaders played some beautiful games and are great players. I mean, I know Vindicare X and Dodokusin are both 2 great players, but it seemed like as that best of 5 progressed, the first game was crazy close. The second game was a little less close, and that third game was a bit one-sided and a rather convincing victory here for Super Team 1. Just that initial Sea Fang, holy hell, that really threw the Dark Elves back on their heels. It allowed the infantry engagements to go incredibly in favor of, like heavily in favor of the Norskins and the Greenskins. Because, I mean, 4 Goreherd were kind of spread around. So you literally had, once these 2 were taken out, only 2 infantry units kind of holding down the army. The best of Goreherd were there as well, but as we saw, Foot of Gork smashed them out of existence. And it does seem like the Centaurs got taken out by the Beast of Tashnar and really didn't get a lot of value there based on the kill counts. So, great games to both teams. I liked the Medusa there. The attack animations were very useful, and she did get some decent kills and damage done. But once the archers and the Marauder Hunters with javelins closed the distance, then she was just a liability, and obviously she got focused down very, very quickly. So, yeah, great games to both teams. Congratulations to Super Team 1. That is actually their second victory in the 2v2 tournaments this season. So, congrats on them. They are clearly practicing, and I have to say, this Greenskin-Norscan combination, I'm seeing them bring in both of the tournaments they've played in. So, clearly they like this matchup, and very powerful combination indeed.